Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Reading the women in your tribe. Reading the women in your tribe. I was about to give y'all another title. I got stuff written down. Anyway, reading the women in your tribe. That's very important. Now, in previous sit-down videos this week, I talked about reading women just in general, reading their body language, reading their clothing. But let's be real, you need to be focused on your mission. You need to be focused on your purpose. And you might not have time to go out and try to read all these women, but you are concerned about the woman that you're going to bring into your circle, into your boundary, the women that are in your tribe. Now, these are some basics on what you can do. Now, I did provide a link to some videos on a video series on ROM TV where you can really look into reading women. You can take it deeper. But in this video, it's just basic. Here's some basic stuff. Here's some basic stuff for you. One, look at their body types. What types of bodies like you? Now, even though I always jokingly say breastises, I do that for comedic effect. But women with big breastises, like say they got big breastises, but they don't have a butt dump. They don't show as much interest in me. They don't show as much interest. I've had some interest here and there, but that's not really my tribe. I always said the women I get along with best, the women who are attracted to me the most, have nice round butt dunks and thick thighs, which save lives. They're the ones who show the most interest in me. They're the ones. They are more my tribe. They are more my tribe. Also, so when you're looking at a woman, look at her body type. What is she built like? Is she slim? Are you getting slim women? Are you getting big women? Are you getting women with big breastises? And some guys like that. Women with big old butt dunks. Women with nice legs. You know, look at their bodies. Think about the bodies of the women who click with you, who just click with you, just seem to come your way. That's basic. That's basic. And there's some deeper stuff with that, but I ain't gonna get into it now. But body types do mean a lot with relationships. Which women are showing the most interest in you? You know, it could be a woman who is, she has one of those body types that's even all the way around, like everything is proportioned. Hey, that could be it, whatever the case. And just pay attention to that. Think about the women that you've kissed. Think about the women you've had sex with. Think about the women who you've gone out with, who've shown some interest. But at the same time, think about the women who didn't show any interest in you, who just kind of kept their distance. You can tell a lot from their body types. Pay attention how they wearing their clothes. Are you getting a magnet type of women wearing their clothes as a magnet, or are you actually getting a type that wearing their clothes more as a shield? They still want relationships, just on a different level. And then you still want to pay attention. You want to pay utmost attention to whatever their social class is. Now, there's still some people who don't want to get into that, but no, that's very important. Whatever your social class is, there will be a tendency. Notice I said a tendency for the women who want you to be in the same social class. See, that word hypergamy is used a little too much and not used correctly. Correct hypergamy is a woman moving up in social class. That's what it is, not just the best person. People using it for that, but it means, technically, it means a woman moving up in social class. The women who can do that are the very attractive ones. So when you might see that very beautiful woman, but she's from a poor environment, she can move up. She can move up. But we just have to be real. Most women are average, maybe a little bit above average. Most of them are going to stay in their group. And then think about the root word of the word relationship. It means relate. A woman, she's going to be attracted to somebody she's related to. So say if as a man you more blue collar, well, guess what type of women you going to get the most? You're going to get those women who are blue collar themselves. Or if you one of those professional guys, you got a couple degrees, you're a doctor, you're an attorney, you're an accountant, or even a high-level engineer, something along those lines. Guess which women are going to show the most interest in you? You want to pay attention to it. And whatever the case, you want to pay attention to everything they have in common. Now, when you deal with a bunch of women, just write down everything they had in common. Now, they ain't gonna have, none of them are gonna be 100%. Not a single one, because every woman's gonna have something different. But what did they have in common? Like I've said several times, like especially for those in the black community, I say, shoot, I've been out with a lot of AKAs. What did they have in common? Well, one, that sorority, but then the type of person or the type of, woman who would be in that sorority. And they present, and a lot of times they on some bougie level, but I actually get a lot of attention from bougie women. I don't really get as much attention from ratchet type of women. I really don't. I don't have any tats. And no matter what I look like, no matter what car Rom looks like, I can deal with those more educated type of women, those more upper class type of women. But that's me. You might be different, and you got to go. You can't be going with what the next man goes with. You got to look at where you at. Like I said, you could be blue collar. You could be a plumber or something. Okay. What type of women are going for plumbers? And yes, there are some women who go for plumbers. So you looking at you looking at all of these little things, and you need to read that. Like when I look at a woman, in most cases, I can say, oh yeah, I can hook up with her. Oh nah, I ain't gonna hook up with her, or there's gonna be some trouble, or it's gonna take a while. Anybody can do that. Because like I said, you start with all the women that you've been with, all the women that you have been with, all the women that have shown attraction to you, especially the women that you've had sex with. You think about, okay, what was their social class? What was their subculture? What was their religion? What was their religion? You look at every little thing. In fact, take a notepad out, or if you want to take your phone, list all the women, list them, and you'll start seeing some patterns. You will start seeing some patterns. I guarantee it. I guarantee you will start seeing some patterns. So, and that's basic. That's basic. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. Remember, and let me just say, I always emphasize the tribe, because as a man, you want the women that you can deal with the easiest. You don't want to have trouble, all right? So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.